Rainy Day Road Trip, April 24th, 2010, Heavenly Heartland.
Crash on the levee, mama, water's gonna overflow. Storm's gonna rise and no boat's gonna roll. You can train on down to Williams Point. You can bust your feet, you can rock this joint. But ooh, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. You're gonna have to find yourself another best friend somehow.
Don't you try to move me, mama, you're just gonna lose. There's been a crash on the levee and mama, you've been refused. Well, it's king for king and it's queen for queen. Gonna be the meanest flood anybody's ever seen. But ooh, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. You're gonna have to find yourself another best friend somehow.
We could have waited in our car just a minute and I got so wet.
And he said he closed it in '85 when the post office left, when they closed the post office. So that's about all I know, except for coming in here and getting the coldest Coke out of those old metal containers and a Chico stick, going back, sitting around that old stove. So that's about my memories, but he probably could share a lot more with us. But we appreciate y'all coming out.
Tides are rising, mama, don't you let me down.
Pack up your suitcase, mama, don't you make a sound. Well, it's sugar for sugar and it's salt for salt. If you go down in the flood, it's gonna be your fault. But ooh, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. You're gonna have to find yourself another best friend somehow. You're gonna have to find yourself another best friend somehow.
church, and then I want to tell you a few incidents that's happened through the years and so forth. wrote an article that I thought was exceptionally good. And this lady is, she lives in Melbourne, but she loved this old place. And she wrote an article one year for our revival. And I want you to read and pretend. It's always hard for me to read this. But I want you to pretend that this is these logs or wood talking to you. Dear friends, young and old, I want to write each of you today to thank you for coming to my revival in June of this year. That was the first year we had our revival. It was a wonderful blessing seeing folks come in once more after so many years of being left alone. How I loved hearing the voices raised in worship to the Lord. I listened as old acquaintances told how they had sat through many services held within my hallowed walls upon homemade benches. They spoke of beloved friends and family and remembered the cherished songs of the days of long ago. One told of being baptized here, and how well I remember that day. It was a beautiful day to receive the Lord, and I felt such a privilege in being a part of it. My favorite time is Easter, when day is new, and the life of a newly born Christian begins a life dedicated to the Lord. Now, that's not all of this. This is just a little part of it, but I thought it was so well written that I want you to think about, as you sit here today, I want you to think about these hallowed walls and those people that built this so many, many years ago. In 1884, there was a group of people that decided they wanted to start a church. And about half a mile down the road here, there was a man that his name was Elias Jennings. Anna's nodding back there because this is a part of her group also. He and his wife started a little church. Now, we got a plaque out there, a historical plaque that depicts this story. But they started a church in their home. And they called this church, the Caney Springs Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Now, the reason for it, there's a stream of water that runs down through Sage there that's called Caney. Okay, they had a spring at their church, at their home, and so they called it Caney, and it should have been Caney Spring, but they called it Caney Springs. Okay, from 1884, these people's home was opened up for a church, and in 1889, they built it
one more time like that. Sing it one more time like that. Sing it with me, please don't let me sing alone. Sing it one more time like that. Sing these troubles off my back. Sing it one more time like that before you go. Sing it one more time like that. Sing it one more time like that. Sing it with me, please don't let me sing alone. Sing it one more time like that. Sing these troubles off my back. Sing it one more time like that before you go. Sing it one more time like that before you go. Sing it one more time like that before you go.